We're rolling.
Are we?
Yeah. This is Hard Parking, brought to you by Right Honda Right Toyota out of Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm your host, Jhae Pfenning, recording from my home studio here in Gilbert, Arizona. Coming up on today's show, Nick Kingsley is back in studio for part 2. The last time we talked, he got a lot of stuff off his chest, and we wanted to kind of lighten it up a little bit, but does it stay light? Find out what's going on with him. You will notice he visibly looks significantly different, so we'll get into that a little bit. There's no official car news segment, but I feel like this is something that I have to talk about. There was an ICE raid in Georgia for the Hyundai battery plant. So we're talking a major corporation here, not some people that have a bunch of subcontractors doing your lawn work or some of these restaurants and some of these factories that you typically see these raids in. This was a Hyundai battery plant. Those of you who accuse this podcast for being political, this is probably the first. I would argue that this isn't even political. But 475 people were arrested at this ICE raid, many of which are actually South Korean nationals, most of which were here illegally. None of them are actually Hyundai employees. I'm reading this off of New York Times. I've also checked CNN.com. So what does it say here? What else is known about the plant? It says the plant has been the subject of investigation reports by the local TV station about poor safety conditions and the use of unauthorized laborers. At least 3 workers have died at the complex, according to local law enforcement. Good Lord, I didn't know that. Officials from both Hyundai and LG Energy Solutions say the safety of their workers was critical and announced their own inquiries into the raid, including the practices of their subcontractors. So what they're saying here is no actual Hyundai employees were arrested because they were all legal or legal to be here. Everyone that was arrested was a subcontractor, therefore hired by a company. The article also indicates that Hyundai is still committed to investing billions of dollars in the U.S. and creating jobs by 2027. But my question is, what should happen here? What should the fines be? Are we going to hit them with a huge fine? Korea has successfully negotiated the release of hundreds of these detainees, which is good. But what should happen? I don't know. Coming up, Nick Kingsley. So quick story for you. A listener lost a big job, missed the call, never saw the DM, probably because he was listening to this podcast. It happens, and it's fixable. Running a business shouldn't mean juggling a dozen apps and missing opportunities. SparkForge helps you reply faster, capture more leads, and get more reviews, all without adding hours to your day. One simple place to handle calls, texts, and social messages so you can focus on the work that pays. It's like finally putting your business on cruise control without losing the steering wheel. One login, one platform, all under your control. Consolidate your tech in one place to save time, money, and headache. The future is here, and it's powered by SparkForge AI from our friends at Arcus Foundry. Jump into a 30-day trial today by using code HardParked at getsparkforge.ai and stop letting yesterday's tech eat tomorrow's profits. Mr. Kingsley, welcome back.
Thank you.
I think where we left off is we wanted to get into some fun, nerdy stuff after the last one. Kind of let it out there, a lot of the stuff you're doing. A lot of stuff has happened since the last one in the studio. A lot of stuff. Biggest thing that I was able to fortunately see was the Drive Kind event you did at the Vault. I got the Drive Kind sticker on the back of the car.
Yeah.
How's Drive Kind going?
It's not where I'd like it to be right now, but that was a passion project that just, given my story and just how I am with people, in knowing what it's like to be in a certain position.
Right.
That was just something, like, I had that logo sit in my head for years. I didn't know what exactly I was going to use for it, and this was just like, connect some dots. I'm like, okay, this is it. That entire event, I was contacted by a friend from high school, and he's like, hey man, there's this kid named Reece. He's got a brain tumor. His parents are going through a pretty bad divorce. He just wants to ride in a green Lamborghini. Can you do that? And I'm like, I don't have any green Lambos up my sleeve right now, but let me make some phone calls.
Are you sure?
I mean, there were a couple I probably
long story short.
So, I asked a couple friends, like, dude, we got nothing in the works right now. I'm like, okay. So I put up an Instagram story on like a Monday at like 9. And this is like 2 weeks, or this is, I think, a week after a motorcycle accident I was in. So I was hurting.
Right.
So I was like, fuck it, I'll throw that up there. I set my phone down for 30 minutes. I'm just getting to work, beating out some dents, filling some shit at the shop, just doing auto body stuff. And, I'm just like, oh, well, check Instagram, see, what happens. I'm just like, I've been tagged in 33 screenshots of that story on other people's story. And so I'm just like, shit, okay, this is becoming a thing already. And so I'm like, in my head, I was just, okay, do I double down and make this something pretty special, or do I just get him the green Lambo? And because it was me, and I'm like, shit, right? Like,
right.
Let's
do this. Yeah.
Fuck it, right? Like, what's the worst that can happen? I get the green Lambo, a couple other cars, big whoop. What's the best that can happen? Well, I think we did what the best that could happen.
Yeah, dude, that was amazing.
I kind of pulled that out of my ass in 20 or 48 hours loosely. Monday night I called my friend Giovanni, Joe Drift. He's a local photographer, and I was like, hey, dude, I just need your help. Can you film a video for me? Yes. Love him to death. He's great. And he's like, yeah, dude. So, he meets me at my house. We go to the garage where we had all the cars at the time. And I'm like, dude, we'll do like 3 runs, just do this. And that was kind of like the first video, the reel I did. And I uploaded that Tuesday. We filmed that Monday night, uploaded Tuesday, and it exploded. And we're talking like 20,000 views in fucking 4 hours. Mm-hmm. By the time I got home, it was at like 30,000 views. And, when I woke up Tuesday, I was like, okay, I don't have a location. I would like to make some t-shirts and stuff. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, well, I have this logo. Do I want to try to like actually launch my brand now? Because at the time, I just wanted like an automotive themed lifestyle thing.
Right,
I didn't want, it's just like, what, there's only one chance to make this right for this kid. And at the time, it was like he was getting ready to go out of town to, get out of the heat for a little bit. And they don't know I'm doing any of this at this point. And so I'm just like, okay, I was going to throw it at Strad Pizza, but I'm like, if it's too many cars, I'm like, I don't want to put an event there, and they're not affiliated. Like, no, that's a dick move. Let's not do that. Pavs got shut down, so we couldn't go there. And I was like, okay, maybe I can give Becca a phone call for the warehouse. And I kind of just looked, and I'm like, I already got too many people for the warehouse. And then talking to some people, they're like, we can do this dealership over here. It's a Toyota dealership. Okay, maybe. Mind you, I was talking to Ron about it the day before, but I didn't want to bring that up to Ron because I know for him setting up events, he has to get permits and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't want to put that. We were just kind of talking in the morning, and I was like, he's like, where are you going to put it at? I'm like, Ron, I'm running out of options, man.
Was he offended? He was like, dude.
Oh, he was
hello.
He was kind of like, he's like, do you want to do it here? And I'm like, Ron, I was too afraid to ask you. Here's my phone number. Give me a shout. So I kind of talked to him about it, and he's like, okay, well, think it'll be a smaller event? I'm like, I don't think it can get that big, right?
Come on, man. Ron loves as many people as he can get over at the vault.
Well, yeah, but it was just like, in my head, I'm just like, oh, maybe 200 people tops, right? Not that big of a deal for Ron. So I get him on the phone. He's like, let me check my schedule. Calls back 10 minutes later. He's like, all right, man, I'm in. It's like, shit, okay. Mind you, Gio, I kind of put him in charge of all the media stuff for it, because I'm like, I have all this on my shoulders, and I can't. So, like, Ron's like, let me take care of security and, volunteers for the show. Giovanni was like, hey, dude, I'll take care of the media stuff. He's like, I found us a green Lambo. We're going to shoot it tonight. So I was like, I finish my work day. I go to higher quality details. I do my couple things there. And then I beeline it way the back above Fountain Hills where they're shooting this green Lambo. And these guys drove all the way from West Valley. So that was just, that was that. And mind you, we didn't even know the date we were going to do this, probably until Wednesday morning. And so we threw the flyer together, and we're all staying up till midnight. We're like, Gio's girlfriend Megan is like helping me like actually get the ideas from like my shitty sketches in my head of just like, it'd be cool to do something like this, right? And like actually out there and down. And that was week 1. was just getting all the shit. And then once it was like past Thursday, I was like, hey, we just need designs. Because now I'm like, I need to start calling it like, okay, can we get food trucks? And a friend took care of the food trucks for us. And then I'm like, okay, who can make clothing in less than a week for us? And I finally got in touch with the company, and the guy's like, dude, I got you. I'll do it. Give you a discount for it, right? Still had to pay a decent chunk of money for it, but
right, because it's bulk.
Yeah, but and it was like, okay, sweet. So once I had that all set, and I was like, cool. Well, Monday morning I flew out to Florida for an RWV build for my friend Art's RWV, and I didn't get back till Thursday midday. And the show was that Saturday, so it's like I get back and I have to hit the ground running. I get back. I was getting the window changed in the GR. I had to take a loaner to work to finish up half my shift at work. Go back, pick up the GR. I had other stuff I had to get done that night. And then I had to drop the GR back off in the morning because there were some calibration issues with the window. Mind you, I'm having this thing stickered up too. And I'm like, I'm running out of time. Fuck. Right? So we get the window all taken care of Friday. And I go pick up my friend Patrick from the airport at like 9:45. He flew in from Chicago. My other friend Max was going to come in, and his flights got all dicked around. He could make it. Mind you, I'm still on my phone, and I got people who were like, dude, I'm flying it. Like, I had a couple people come in from like Germany, United Kingdom, Australia, Japan. And I was just like, you guys are flying out for this? Because when we put up the poster, within 30 minutes, that had 20,000 views. And it kept exploding. And Ron texted me at a point. Ron's like, dude, we can't share this anymore. He's like, I'm afraid this is going to get too big. And it just all worked out so beautifully. Like, I was like shitting bricks Saturday because there was the No Kings protest going on. So some people were worried about that.
That's right. That was No Kings protest day.
And it was just like, okay, is that protest gonna get a little violent? Is there like what's gonna happen there? And it was one of the things like, again, I'm still recovering from a motorcycle accident. I have like a shitload of partial fractures. Like, I think it was somewhere around like 200. I'm all fucked up, and I'm just like trooping. You know, I'm not eating food. I'm like, okay, I need to get the car stickered up. I need to make sure the Evo 2 and the Ford GT are in the garage and those are ready for tonight's show. And I need to get these cars here and then catch a movie with some friends because they wanted to invite me to go see a movie with them. And then right after that movie, we were all going to the vault for Drive Kind. And
I feel like I would have said, I can't get to the movie. I'm too busy.
I made it work.
But you made it work.
I made it work.
Yeah.
And it was like we got to the garage in Central Phoenix and I grabbed the Evo 2. And text them like, guys, I'm going to be late to the movie. And they're like, dude, it's fine. We ran out the whole theater. Like, it'll be okay. I'm like, all right, cool. Right. Well, I get there, and I immediately sit down next to Gio, and he starts laughing. And everyone's kind of like, dude, shut the fuck up, right? Like, why are you laughing? And he's like, dude, I know where the garage is at. And he's like, I know damn well how fast you just went to get here. And I was like, I made it, didn't I?
What movie did you guys see?
It was How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like 3 or 4 right now?
This was a live action one they did.
Oh, the new one.
So,
I've actually seen none of those.
First one's great.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
First one's great. And yeah, it was like, he didn't know that we were doing a car event for Reece until like 30 minutes before he was there. Like, I didn't tell Erin until after the first week. Erin's his mom. And she was like, this is so amazing. Oh my God, like, how big is it going to be? And I'm like, I have no idea. This is... Yeah. You know, me and Ron are just like, shit, this is too big. Fuck. You know? Like,
people lining the streets.
And it was... Ron never had that much luck with night shows. And he told me, he's like, I never have that much luck with them. And it was just... I went to go pick Reece up because I had him go to a Target across the street, basically. And I was going to go pick him up there.
Oh, Frank Lloyd Wright Target?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I let my buddy Levi borrow my car to go pick up his girlfriend. And he actually kept his key, or my key, in his back pocket. So I go to pick him up, right? And he calls us. We're not that far. And he's like, yeah, dude, I still get your key. Just don't shut the car off. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not going to. Right? Me and my friend Trevor, who told me about Reece, we're going to pick him up. And we're both like, don't shut off the car. 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 Car's all stickered up. Pull up right where the SUV is. You know, just force habit. Boom.
Right.
Car's dead in the water. And I'm like, oh, fuck. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I make the call, And my old boss, Chris, and Levi are now bringing the key over, and we're like distracting him, and we're showing him like, look, your name's on the car, buddy. This is all for you. You know, this is going to be great. We're just going to have a great time. You're going to meet some people and see some cool cars, and this is it. And Aaron's like, how big is it? And in my head, I'm like, it was already 3 times bigger than most other shows I've seen at the Vault before it was
I don't know. I guess we're about to find out.
Showtime.
Mm-hmm.
So I had one friend say that somewhere between, I think it was just under 4,000 people showed up. He set up one of those cameras that like kind of counts heads,
right,
I guess.
Right.
So I'd say
there's a lot of people there.
It was a lot. Ron told me after it was done, he's like, this is one of the bigger shows I've ever done. And there was no, there was one tiny little drama case, but that got taken care of pretty quick. It didn't stress me out. I didn't have to do a thing over it. But it was like all the drama just kind of got let go for a little bit. It was just kind of like, hey, I may not agree with you, or we may not like each other in the past, but it was everyone just kind of like let it go.
Right.
And it was this beautiful moment where I'm helping Reece and his mom out of the car, and everyone just starts clapping, and it's, I'm looking around, people are crying, and
it was nice, man. It was nice to see. It was nice to witness.
We raised just over $20,000. I couldn't ask for a better event.
Sure.
That's the highlight of my year. June, I was on top of the world. You couldn't have. You could have told me to move a mountain. I would have pushed that motherfucker back a couple miles. But it was just beautiful. It's like we all came together for one specific thing. You got to ride in a green SVJ, a Chiron, a LaFerrari, an Enzo. I think there was another car he rode in, but those are the ones that come to mind. And it was just, everybody came together and they dropped the bullshit, no politics, none of that. And the other thing, like, people kept telling me, like, dude, the only reason I'm here is because of you. And I'm like, the fuck does that mean? They're like, dude, this is like Ron the Vault. That's kind of like an exotic thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you're kind of the champion for like the JDM guys too. And like the custom guys and the paint and body stuff and this and this and this and this and the motorcycle people. And they're like everybody knows you. And they're like, you brought everybody together for this. And the lineup in front of the building, we had 3 RWBs right next to each other, next to an authentic Evo 1, next to an authentic Evo 2, and then Josh's Evo clone.
Mm-hmm.
Next to that was a RS2 Audi, which weren't sold in the United States. It's got bits of Porsche 993s underneath it. To an R34, to a slammed Beetle. At the end of the street, there was a 300 Gullwing. It was like at the very end of the street, and I was like, holy shit.
There was a white NSX Type S there, too. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, there was.
That motherfucker was clean.
Right? No bias on that one.
No bias on that one. Great event, though, man. So the last time you were here, as we wrapped up, we started looking around the office and kind of geeking out over stuff. So my question for you, and there's a lot of them, but, what do you do when you're not trying to figure out work, health, life, bullshit? Like, what's your go-to traditionally? What's your go-to now? Shows,
I'd say my go-to
anime,
now is
whatever, board games.
I'd say my go-to now is definitely crying myself to sleep.
That doesn't sound fun, though.
You'd be surprised it's not.
I'd be surprised if it was. Cracking that Angry Orchard.
Yeah. I need this. This is drown your sorrows, right?
Yeah. You're 25?
Yeah, 25. Yeah, I turned 26 next week.
I was thinking about that as I was mowing the lawn the other day. And I was like, Jesus, just, if you were my child, you would be my youngest.
Yeah, it's like when someone was like, dude, we're 3 months away from 2016 being 10 years ago. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Right. Yeah.
Like, you're telling me in December, Star Wars Episode 7 came out 10 years ago?
Jeez. I guess they're still trying to make another one now. You like Star Wars?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was like Star Wars, Godzilla.
I love Godzilla.
Transformers. Like, Godzilla's my massive number one.
Godzilla's like the most underrated. It feels like maybe because it's
nerd the fuck out on those.
We feel like it's kind of a JDM thing, although it has absolutely nothing to do with that other than it's from Japan.
Right.
But you see all the ramen
Yeah.
You know, kaiju eating ramen and stuff like that. When I was a kid, I used to watch after church, the black and white Godzillas, where it was clearly somebody in a suit
Oh,
doing wrestling
yeah.
moves.
They were people in suits till like 2004.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot of people know is like those movies are pretty historically significant. Like, they don't realize the first movie is like, that is basically them talking about the bombs and the nukes without, because there was a bar on,
Yeah.
the U.S. put a bar like, you guys can't talk about this. Like, just forget it. We want to forget it. You guys are going to forget it. You can't say shit. Right? Well,
We're not going to show it over here.
Yeah, we're still dropping nukes in the Pacific, right? So there's like a fishing boat that goes out, and there's a bomb called Castle Bravo, right? The scientists are like, it's going to be like this big. Well, Castle Bravo turned out to be like 4 times larger than what it was ever going to be.
Castle Bravo?
That was the name of the bomb. And,
like Fat Boy and Little Man or whatever?
Yeah. Well, they drop it, and it goes off. And this fishing vessel, it was named like Lucky Dragon number 7, goes out, and this is in January of 54. It goes out, and they're doing their fishing, and all the sailors are like, yeah, we thought it was snowing. And it wasn't snowing, that was ash.
Snow. Yeah.
Well, they get back to the docks, and they're thrown up, and their skin's blistering up, and they have severe radiation sickness. Well, they can't talk about anything nuclear in the newspaper. So a couple guys saw it, and they're like, let's make.
Are you about to tell me this is the freaking origin story of Godzilla? No shit.
So they're like, let's make a fucking movie, because we can't talk about it. So if you look at Godzilla in that first movie, like, he's got like this charred skin, and like it's nuclear burns, and it's, you know, it's the atomic breath, and it's a lot of those scenes when they're showing Tokyo after it's all destroyed. That's Hiroshima after World War II. That's actual U.S. footage after we dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. And the way the original movie starts is there's a fishing vessel named Lucky Dragon number 7, and they think they see snow. Then you hear Godzilla's roar, and it makes it back, and they're all sick and dying. And that was, like, so many of those Godzilla movies are, like, environmental and historic movies, like, relating to, like, gene splicing or global warming and pollution, and it's...
That makes sense when I think about, because when you're watching an old black and white movie, it doesn't really make sense to you as a kid why Godzilla spits like this nuclear breath on everything. It's not fire. It's obviously not fire. It's something else. And even now, where it looks like he's throwing up in all the movies.
Because they never really gave him a background. There's like, he just appeared one day.
Yeah.
And that's why.
What do you think of Minus One?
Oh, it's an amazing movie.
I thought it was a great. I haven't seen it more than once, but what did you like about it? Since it's so different,
I liked the right after World War II thing. I thought that was
cool.
Very cool, because again, through all these movies, they never went before 1954. That was kind of just unknown. And it was like, as a movie, it had very good like character development. The story was pretty good, and they're dealing with like what it's like to be a kamikaze pilot. And, you know, you should have died in the war, but he kind of like turned around because he was kind of a pussy and wanted to live. But that's the story, right? He's dealing with shame and all this cultural bullshit.
Life adjusting after the war. And
he's raising a kid that's not his, nor is it the girl he's spending time with. Like, it's not their kid. They're just raising a kid because it's, you know, they had nothing, and they had to come together and build a family. And then, you know, this demon has been haunting his nightmares for a few years. All of a sudden starts coming back, and it's a real thing.
Since the island.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And I thought it was a really good movie, and to know it was only made on a budget of like $12-13 million is like, damn.
Yeah.
Take that, Hollywood.
If people haven't seen Godzilla Minus One, I think I liked it a lot because Godzilla wasn't the main character that people were.
Yeah.
And he was just this giant thing that would show up and fuck everything up.
And it was, the nice part was, unlike all the other movies, this had a good story with good human characters and development. And it's not like...
This was about the people, not...
Yeah, because you go back to the 90s, you're like, okay, she's a psychic. What the hell is she doing? Okay, this guy's making, like, robotic gerbils. Like, okay, he builds a robot. Like, it's just, you know, the stories are just... So it's kind of like, okay, get to monster fighting and blowing shit up.
That's what we all like, monster fighting.
Yeah.
Like Mothra and...
Oh, yeah. That's inner childhood shit.
Yeah. Like the King of Monsters. So Godzilla versus Kong, I think there's like 2 or 3 different versions of him now, right?
Yeah.
Kong Island, or is it Skull Island?
Skull Island.
Skull Island. I am team. I've always been team Godzilla.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's the movie monster. Period. I think Godzilla
king of
is.
monsters.
Yeah. I think Godzilla is the number one name for like a movie character out there. Like he's most popular is him.
What do you think of? Was it Minus One or one of the more other recent ones where before he spits his nuclear blast, it's like he's a dog getting ready to hack up something. He's like,
Is that the one where he's like throwing up blood all the time?
no, it's when he starts glowing, and it's almost like he's getting ready to vomit, and then he just freaking demolishes everything. It's like the warning. I think he did that in Minus One.
You might be talking to Shin Godzilla. That one's a weird movie. Because
Which one?
Shin Godzilla was from 2016.
No, I mean, I've seen them. I think I've seen them all. I think there might be one I haven't seen, but yeah, he just does this, and I'm going to look silly doing it. But he's like, grr, 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 grr. And then when he does it, it's everything gone.
It's not. Is it like purpley? Like, is the color like he's.
Well, he glows, and it gets more intense.
Yeah.
And then he just shoots it everywhere and just fucks everything up.
I can't.
Versus in some of the old school, like black and white ones, it's just, he doesn't work up to it. It's just boom.
Right.
Or like when he had the baby Godzilla, he stomped on his tail to make him spit it out.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. Or he's like flying through, like breathing his breath, and he's like flying through the air, and you're just like, what the fuck?
what else? Are you a sports guy at all?
Not really. Not a big sports guy.
I forgot who I was having this conversation with. It may have actually been Jorge when I was on Tormenting. But it was somebody where it's like the cars in sports, there's a sports car, but I feel like a lot of the car people aren't really into sports, but there's some other crossover they're into. And it's just kind of this weird thing. It's almost like the same thing with video games.
Yeah.
Video games, but not sports.
I used to play a lot of video games. I liked film a lot because I wanted to be an actor, so I watched a lot of movies. But sports, like, my mom was a big sports person. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, whatever, I don't care.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So you wanted to be an actor?
Yeah.
Why? What was your motivation behind that?
You could be whatever you wanted. Go to work every 3 months, you're doing something different.
Oh, they're working their ass off, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, cool, you can be Batman this week, you're going to be a clown the next week, you're going to be an astronaut the following week.
So those are the A-listers.
Yeah.
What do you think about all the crazy shit, though? The older we get, the more we know. Granted, you're still in your mid-20s, but I would consider you somebody who actually pays attention to a lot of stuff that's out there. And then with social media the way it is and all the news cycles the way it is, we have more access to more stuff. Of course, we also have to figure out what's real and what's bullshit.
Yeah.
As far as the news, not even the AI anymore, but just as far as the news, which cycle's telling the truth. Does this network lie all the time? No, not all the time, but they have to lean one way or the other.
Well,
but with all the Hollywood stuff, that
Yeah.
could have been maybe you become an actor, but maybe you have to deal with that bullshit.
Yeah, and I think there's definitely been a shift. I'd say the past 5 years.
Right.
It's when COVID happened, we were all listening to the news, and it took time to realize, like, hey, there's holes in everything. What the fuck's going on here? Regardless of which side you're on, it was like, okay, something's not right. And then we started analyzing things a little bit more, and we're just, okay, that story doesn't add up there. Oh, that story doesn't add up there. Oh, here's this video on TikTok. Oh, none of those stories are right. And it just gets you. You're just like, the fuck?
Right. Like, what are we doing? Who's the puppet master out there?
Yeah, and it became a giant thing of, one side's trying to villainize the other as the other's trying to do to this side. And it's one side pushed very, 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 very hard, and it took us a little bit, but I think we're getting to the point of having all these objectives forced down people's throats, and they realize
we're overcorrecting.
I think we're correcting from that now because they pushed so hard it didn't work, and they realized no one's going to go see this movie. Okay, back to Minus One. Some Disney movie came out. It pushed some, democratic liberal views. Did not do good in the box office. Minus One was only supposed to be there for a week. It ended up being in theaters for 2 months. It made $98 million, and it didn't have a single U.S. commercial on U.S. television. Or even on Instagram. Like,
right, I just saw it on social
was,
media.
Yeah, you had
Godzilla Minus One. I was like, what is this? Godzilla?
Right?
Have you seen that? No, I haven't fucking heard about it.
I knew it was coming out because I'm a nerd about this, but
Right.
I just remember telling my friends, like, do you need to go see this? They're like, damn, dude, that was like a really good movie. And I'm like, yeah, it's fucking cool. Like, he's lighting shit on fire. Like,
Yeah, well, so we didn't go to the theater to see it. We saw it, I think we rented it downstairs on the giant TV. What games are you into? What games did you play? I don't know if you have even time to fuck with that now.
Fallout 3, New Vegas, those were always some favorites.
Yeah, I think we kind of started like nerding out to some Fallout shit last time.
The Bungie Halo games.
Oh, yeah.
Classics, I love those. And Borderlands 2 was great. There's a lot of like specific eras of just like, you know, happier times.
Borderlands 2 was 2013.
2011 or 12.
A lot of hours in that game.
Oh, yeah. Handsome Jack is probably
Handsome Jack is one of the greatest protagonists.
Oh, it's just perfect.
Protagonist? Antagonist. Which one's the bad guy?
Antagonist.
Yeah. Pro is the good guy?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He was great.
Zero's the coolest character you could pick.
Yep. So Borderlands 4 is coming out or is out?
I think it actually comes out maybe tomorrow or next week.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't play 3.
I tried playing 3, and there was a bit of subliminal messaging I didn't agree with, and I didn't think the story was as good, and I didn't like any of the character choices you could pick. I didn't like the story wasn't that great, and I was
Did you see the movie Borderlands?
Oh fuck no.
Why not?
Fuck, it didn't look good.
Dude, you have to watch it. You have to watch it.
I have to?
Yeah. Yep.
You sure?
Yeah.
How much is it going to kill my brain? Or at least what's left of it?
I didn't say it was good. It might be one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time.
It's going to be like, hey man, I watched it, and you're like, oh, thank God I'm not the only one now.
Yes.
You suffered too.
As a Borderlands fan, I think the movie kind of really sucked. Let's say they missed out on a lot of opportunities.
I thought it was a weird direction they were trying to go with everything.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, maybe Kevin
you see the
Hart
trailer
is
and you're
rolling.
like,
Something just wasn't right.
Yeah.
And
No, it sucked.
usually video game to film media never does great. With the exception of the Fallout TV show.
Season 2 is coming out soon.
It is. So, and I wasn't even looking forward to that. I'm like, this is going to fucking suck. And it took the first 3-4 episodes where I was just like, oh, wow. It's actually really good. Oh, their attention to detail is great. Like, my inner nerd is, like, noticing all the points. Like, they did an effort on this and work.
Yeah, they were able to kind of fold in the dark humor without just being overly silly, stupid.
And it's like the games usually always kind of have that humor to a degree of this, that like, blunt underlying. You're just like, wait a minute. You know, you got to reread it. You're just like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing.
I had a pirated version of Fallout 3 for a couple of years before I actually played it seriously. Because I played it a couple times, and you start off and you're like this little newborn kid, right? From the perspective of like a 2-year-old, and I'm like, this sucks, dude. This game, what is this?
Right.
But then I'm watching people play the game online. I go, what is this? They go, it's Fallout 3. I go, what the fuck? So then I played, and I think with 10 minutes, and the whole point of it for people who haven't played is you start off as this kid and you progress through your life and you take these tests, the aptitude tests, and you figure out what you're going to do. And so you're all that situated by the time you get out of the vault. But yeah, it's funny because I had it for a couple of years, and I mean, looking around here, you see I got all this Fallout shit.
Yeah.
So I kind of laugh, kind of looking back.
Yeah, like Fallout, that's my favorite game franchise. I wasn't the biggest fan of 4, but New Vegas, I adore New Vegas. It's amazing.
About 76.
I played it when it originally came out. I remember playing the beta because they dropped
A lot of bugs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they dropped the beta the day I was graduating. So that's an easy way to date me is I'm walking in 2018.
Yeah.
They dropped the trailer. The beta came out like a month later. But
I don't remember being more excited about a game than I was that trailer.
for 76?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just remember Take Me Home Country Roads.
That's why. I mean, that trailer just hyped me up. I was like, oh, it's going to be sick. Hated it. And they're still releasing content to it.
Yeah.
to this day.
Apparently, it's gotten a lot better. So
It has. I played it recently.
I'm a little bit inclined to try to redo it, but I feel like you just need friends, and
you do, because it's so unlike all the rest of the games.
And it reminds me of, like, you had Borderlands 2 to me is always going to be like the Godfather of loot and shoots. Yeah. And then it was like, okay, you have Destiny, you had all these other titles, it was the same shit, like Destiny, The Division. In Fallout 76 is kind of just another one of those things like, hey dude, go do this, kill some shit. Hopefully they drop what you want. And redo it.
Yeah. Not my favorite.
Yeah. Like I always play Forza with my friends. But
I was never a fan of Forza because, and I haven't played it in years, but the vehicle dynamics, the physics I hated. It's like, wait, I'm driving a Porsche. I'm going around this curve at 65 mile an hour.
You should be snapping out.
And I am sliding all over the road like it's ice.
Oh, yeah.
On slicks. I go, this is bullshit. Yeah. But the graphics are great. And hopefully they fixed it.
Yeah.
Did you ever play car games to artificially drive the cars that you liked? Like, I would buy games if it had an NSX in it.
Yeah.
I don't anymore, but I'm like, I'm driving this NSX.
I mean, before I got the RX-7, it was like, okay, I drove them in games, absolutely, because I loved the way the car looked, I loved the way it sounded, I loved the idea of it. Now, obviously, it's like I'll drive all the hypercar shit that I'm fortunate enough I'm getting to drive a lot of that shit.
Right.
But, yeah, a lot of it's like, okay, the chances of you seeing this are fucking slim to none. So you get to fuck around with it in a video game.
Yeah.
I get to jump this thing and go like 1,000 yards because it's a video game and it's arcadey. But not really. I mean, motorsport's a little different because it's a little bit more sim setup like. So me and my friends, we would, like, hey, here's a budget. We'd all buy a car and we'd do laps and try to do our part.
Sure.
Make like little mini challenges because we're all jobless on COVID,
Right.
And that was 2020. We just fucked around. But as far as like getting a game specifically for a car that's in it, FD is pretty popular, as is the NSX. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, I always buy them immediately. Mm-hmm. But so I'm never going to be like, okay, I'm going to, depending if I fucking buy this car or not, it's how it handles in Forza. Like, I've never.
Right. Well, there's people out there that do
those
things. They're like, oh, that car sucks. It's slow. How do you know? Need for Speed. It's like, dude, knock it off.
There was this guy I always thought he was kind of a prick. So I was like, Mark IV Super is the best thing ever. It's better than GTR, better than RX-7. I'm just like,
hold on, dude.
Easy, buddy. Let's not let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here. He's just like, fucking, he's listing all the stats and stuff. I'm like, you realize the RX-7 is the one that held all the track records? Mm. Before that was the NSX. And the RX-7 was kind of the one that kind of dethroned that. And eventually the GTRs beat the RX-7. And he buys one. And this is when my RX-7 still works. And he buys one. He's like, man, this car kind of handles like shit. I'm like...
Handles like a boat, dude.
Yeah, I'm just like, the suspension sucks. It's heavy. It's a straight line car. Just like the 300ZX. It's a straight line car. Mm-hmm. Just make it a bad car. But I'm like, it's not the swift, nimble thing you thought it was.
Not from the box.
I'm like, the GTR does it because it has all-wheel drive. The RX-7 does it because it's as light as a feather. The NSX does it because it's as light as a feather. And I'm like...
Right.
Right. And by the point I bought my car, I drove all the other JDM cars. So I already know, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get an RX-7, I get an NSX a few years down the road. Now I'm like, okay, if I can squeeze an RWB, I'll get that.
Gives you something to shoot for. How is your RX-7?
In pieces. Typical FD. Does not stand for functional dependability. It stands for financial disaster.
But you're building it, right?
Yeah.
You're not like rebuilding the motor, didn't blow up on you or anything. You're like doing Kingsley stuff to it?
Bad shit's an understatement. I like to call that project scope creep because it just keeps taking more and more of my money. But I'm just at a point where I'm sadly waiting on other people to give me parts. Like, the transmission shop called me finally, and they're like, dude, we got this, we're making progress, we're going to get it. I'm like, cool. I try calling them today, they're like, yeah, dude, we don't have an update for you. I'm like, guys, you guys have been sitting on this for a year and a half. Mm-hmm. My friend Mo's making me lights. I love him to death. I'm like, Mo, I'm going on 3 years waiting for headlights and taillights. The guy who's supposed to help me kind of do CAD for a cantilever suspension in the back keeps ghosting me, so I'm like, hey, I got to find somebody else there. Let's just get the mechanicals done.
Right. It's not just a project.
To me, that's a legacy piece, is how I'm looking at it, especially right now, given certain things in my life. I have always been one who shoots for the stars on things. So it's like, there's a lot of custom shit on there. Like, yeah, it's going to be running nitrous and all these other things. And it's a lot of these things you don't see in other cars. Mm-hmm. And again, with my custom background and my love for a lot of exotic stuff, I'm like, I want to make this as crazy as I can. I want to make this an art piece that'll stand the test of time and just kind of show like, hey, this is, this is what you can do with something you truly love. And I think it'd be great to be able to kind of show that to the world. Because I'm always building other people's shit. Mm-hmm. It's very, very rare I get to be like, hey, look, this is what I want to do. And this is what I can do.
So are you staying busy?
Work is better, not better. I've had.
Where are you staying? Are you staying in the same place you were before?
Yes. It's just a body shop. It's nothing super fancy, and it's
as far as living.
Yeah, it is. Work's a little slow right now. I'm still trying to get out of the shop life. Mm-hmm. But that's that. I mean, the custom stuff, all the fun, cool shit's on the side. Like that's all the extra shit that I'm doing after hours. I'm killing myself doing to like 1. Or it's like, I'm doing a wide body NSX in Chicago in fucking 2 days. Like that's all the fun shit I'd love to do more of. There's just not a lot of it there.
I was going to say, any phone calls? Hey, you available?
Not really.
All right, no.
It's sadly, kind of the story of my life, sadly, is huge potential will be on the horizon, and it just falls flat. Like nothing ever materializes.
Why is that? Do you think it's just the ebbs and flows of the car industry and all that stuff? Or
I think it's just the good old Kingsley luck. And that's me personally, but it's, a lot of people are like, I want to do this to a car.
But you hit on a scratcher or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's, my luck is ups and downs. Again,
right.
June, I was at top of the world. Now I think I'm probably the worst I've ever been in my entire life. Like mentally, physically, just.
What's your plan for that? Do you have one? You did mention earlier you cry yourself to sleep for fun.
No, that's actually the sad truth right now. It's just trying to keep it together. Like, through the camera, they see this and they're like, okay, he's doing okay. Like, yeah, I'm wearing baggier clothes because I'm down 34 pounds in 3 weeks. I'm, spending most nights in the bathroom.
You want to talk about it? You don't have to. But you have kind of volunteered a couple things.
Without naming it specifically, mm-hmm. Like just the shit I'm dealing with, this is like, okay, so for the camera, right? This is why I always say, like, be nice people. You don't know what's on the other side of the door. I got this shit and stitches on both sides. Losing weight. I'm spending most nights in the bathroom throwing up my guts out. And then, 2 weeks ago I had to put my dog down and I can't get the
You look good bald, by the way.
People keep saying that. I think it's just to make my ego a little better.
No, I mean, some people, you see, you're younger, but I don't know if you ever saw Scottie Pippen bald with the Chicago Bulls. He's got like one of those pound puppy hairs, like all wrinkled up the scalp. It's like, dude, grow your hair back like yesterday.
But it's like, I had to put the dog down. I had to sadly draw a line in the sand, try to not push somebody out of my life who's very important to me. It was just given certain things in her life, as much as she wanted to stay around, as much as I wanted her to stay around, I had a line I had to draw because I'm like, hey, listen, this keeps setting off my anxiety knowing this is happening. And I'm like, you can either stay or you go. And mind you, I still love this person to death. We're still friends. I would do anything for her. It sadly just didn't work out between us. And I had to put up a line to protect myself because it's, with like mental health, it's just, like I see Jay, I'm in, the studio, but none of us know what's going on up here.
Right.
Like, if, so even today at the hospital today, like the doctor asked me, he's like, hey dude, he's like, this is going to get dark, but he's like, are you suicidal by chance? And I was like, am I actively searching for a way? No. Because I can find a way. That's easy.
Right.
But I'm like, do I want to wake up tomorrow morning? Fuck no. Do I hope I get fucking T-boned through an intersection? Absolutely. Like, if I knew how to give up, I probably would have, but I don't.
And you can't. Because the last time you were on here, you had some pretty positive things to say to people in pretty dark places.
Yeah, and this is, again, it's such a nasty flip, and it's only been like 4 months. But, like, you know, life is fucking panheading me right now.
This is you, right? For the past X years?
Yeah, and it's, again, June, I was on top of the world. You know, me and this girl were going great at the end of June. I just did this thing for Reece. Everyone's happy, and they're like, "Do you look so happy?" And this and that. I'm just like, "Thank you." And it was just top of the world. 60 days later, look at this.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know. Like, I don't have a fucking idea. Because the next 3 or 4 weeks, basically the month of September, is going to be pretty telling on a couple of things.
You got to stay busy.
I'm trying my best to.
A man with your talents, you got to stay busy.
So the problem is, like, with my talents, is like, what's the point? That's the thing. I'm just like, okay, like, what's the point in building these cars if I'm doing insurance work? I'm killing myself every day because I'm just like, I don't want to do this shit. Like, I love, you know, I want to get more in depth in painting. I want to do more of that custom stuff. Like, yeah, that's the shit I want to do.
Right, yeah.
I don't want to be fixing some bullshit customer pay, replace a fender on a RAV4. Don't break any of the clips because it's customer pay. Like, no, fuck that shit. So I'm just, I don't know. You know, I'm dealing with a lot of things. It's like losing the dog was something I didn't expect because she was there with me through everything.
So what happened there? Did she get sick?
Yeah, she had cancer.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy how many dogs get that.
Well, with golden retrievers especially, it's called the golden retriever issue. About 80% of them will die of some sort of cancer. They will get either a tumor on their spleen or their liver. And in Sadie's case, it ruptured. And it was my friend. She was over the night before. And again, because my health isn't in the greatest of spots right now. It's not. But she helped me get to the bed because I was kind of falling over and shit. And Sadie hopped up on the bed, and she was rolling around all happy as shit, just being a happy golden retriever, you know, an 8-year-old puppy. And sadly, I think at that moment when she hopped on the bed, she was just energized. You know, I went to sleep, woke up next morning. I'm like, that's weird. She's got no energy this morning. I went to work. Work was dead. They sent me home. I get back to the house. I'm like, she hasn't moved since I left. This is weird. Past couple days, she was only eating 1 meal a day, but I'm like, okay, maybe she's sick. So my friend comes over again that day because she was helping me do some side jobs. And she just looks at Sadie on the ground. She's like, Nick, you need to take her to the vet. Meanwhile, I'm starting to break down because I'm like, my fear of taking her to the vet is like, hey, you're going to put your dog down. She's dying. Right. Deal with it. Obviously, I got a lot of shit on my plate right now. So because she convinced me to, I would have been too big of a pussy not to. Took her to the vet, get her there, and there's like, Sadie walks herself from the car to the vet, and she kind of just lays down on the floor immediately, and she's not getting back up. They put her on they put her on a stretcher, and they get her back, and nurse, we weren't even there for 5 minutes. The nurse walks out, and she's like, hey, I'm just going to let you know, I think I feel a fluid wave on her stomach, which is showing me that she's internally bleeding, as well as the color of her gums is super pale. And she starts explaining to me, like, hey, these are what happens with golden retrievers. And within 30 minutes, she's like, hey, it is internal bleeding. We have to transfer you to a animal hospital of some kind. What do you want to do? And she's like, you can spend a shitload of money and try to save this dog, but you're maybe only going to buy 6 months. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm bawling my eyes out in the corner, and I'm just like, let's just do what needs to be done. Do the humane thing, right? Like, she's in pain. And she managed to get enough energy to go from the x-ray machine and walk herself back into the room where she laid down the final time, and that was it. You know?
Yeah, I've had to make that call, and it freaking sucks.
Yeah,
it's like, are you doing it for you or doing it for them?
Yeah, and again, just timing of everything kind of collapsing in my life right now is not the greatest. Like, I do my best to put on a smile. I do my best to make my public appearances. Like, I went to the warehouse event, and I was barely functioning that night. I'm still going to work. I'm still trying to, but it was the dog and my super close friend. I wanted to, I don't want to get into a lot of details because she'll probably actually listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
And I do still care about her a lot and respect her, so that's why I'm not getting into a lot of the specifics. There was a lot of confusion, and it was just, I kind of put my foot down, and I'm like, we need to make a choice. I have this boundary to protect myself right now because I'm losing everything else. And I don't want to lose you, but I'm like, if we can't respect this boundary, and I can't ask her to make a sacrifice like that to stay in it. So that's why I'm like, I drew my box. You either fit in the box or you don't. And she's like, well, I can't. And I'm like, okay, then it's unfortunate, but we need to add some space here. And so that's another thing too, is that was last week. So I'm getting used to, like, I'm not having as many text messages on my phone. I'm not having, when I get home from work, I used to hear scratching at the back door. I don't have that no more. And it's trying just to figure out, like, the fuck just happened in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to make sense of it. It's like, you just can't make that shit up. And I was always afraid of, like, people leaving or this or that. And it's, when your anxiety gets the best of you, it makes things worse. And I'm still a strong contender, be nice to everybody. Like, me and my friend, we're still friends. It's a little weird.
Kind.
Trying to. Even when I'm sick now, I still try to grab the door for people. I still, it's like, I'm not laying my neck down on the wire, but just be nice. You don't know what someone's... I've made my fair share of things where I said something I probably shouldn't have. But it's not the mistake you make. It's about what's after the mistake. That's the important part. So, I tend to put my blood, sweat, and tears in everything I do. So I'm trying to get a few things going that will hopefully, in the chance of anything happening, will be able to live past me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, hey,
right.
This is Nick Kingsley. This is who he stood for. This is what he wanted to do.
This is his legacy.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's kind of what Drive Kind is it's just, let's get rid of the clout and the bullshit and the ego and, because we lived in a fucked up generation.
Yep.
Especially me. It's like, we can't blame our parents for this, but the way our parents raised us, unintentionally, they gave us, attachment issues to where, like, I'm an anxious wreck, but I'm also avoidant, so I don't like people getting close to me at all. The girl I was going out with, she's avoidant. And it created issues to where, like, the spark was there in the beginning, then all of a sudden she's like, I get scared, and she had to shut down the relationship part, and then emotions faded out. And it's like, well, fuck.
Right.
It's like, I liked her to death. I still do.
Mm-hmm.
But everything changes. And for me, I was left alone a lot. So that's where my anxiety comes in of, like, are you going to leave me? Is this going to happen? And
that's a hard question to answer, though.
Yeah. And so on the flip side is, like, I have trouble getting help from people.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll fucking help anybody I can.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a trouble asking for help because I'm like, hey, like, what does help even look like? What does this look like? What does this look like? I'm not used to it. I'm used to, hey, express your emotions. Hey, do this.
What do you need? What do you think you need?
Couldn't tell you. Like, if it's me, I
only
I couldn't tell you. When do you know? Like me, I've been fighting on making a connection with someone else my entire life. That's always been, I want to be able to fit in. And with this girl, it's like I finally fit in. We started talking as friends, and it was like, we were getting kicked out of places because we were there for 4 or 5 hours and too long. And they were like, guys, we're closed.
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of connection,
mm-hmm.
right? It's just, that wasn't meant to happen, but it did, and it was beautiful. And it was great. But, like, for me, it's like we're like, you ask me, like, hey, dude, go out and socialize and date. I'm just like, I don't know how to fucking do that. I don't like crowds. You guys only see me at car shows because there's a common interest I can talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to catch me at, like, a fucking wine tasting Or like a fucking golf tournament. Like, oh, what fucking iron are you using today, George? Like, no. That's not me.
Is that the golfer's name right there? Is it George?
Yeah. It's just like, sure, Terry, I'm using like this. Like, no. I'm like, have you guys
Free wood, homie.
I'm like, have you guys seen Happy Gilmore? Yeah, I pre-gamed this shit, homie. Like, that's me.
Have you seen Happy Gilmore too?
Yeah.
What do you thought?
It's forgettable.
There you go.
Like,
Yeah, I didn't like it.
It's not the first one.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I think that it could have been great.
Yeah.
It could have been, I wouldn't say great, but it could have been a little more warm and feel-goody.
Yeah.
They just, a couple small things they would have tweaked and it would have made it a
There
really
was just so many
fun
weird
movie.
shit. I'm like, that didn't need to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
It was for, an hour and 40 minutes? Got me through an hour and 40 minutes.
What else is on your watch list?
On my watch list. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to anything, dude. Like, for the past 2 or 3 years, I really haven't been playing games as much. I haven't been seeing movies as much. Like, it's rare opportunities.
And you wasted it with Happy Gilmore, too.
That was different because I finally started to carve some time back recently.
But you wasted it with Happy Gilmore, too.
I had nothing else going on that day.
Yep.
So I was like, fuck it. Let's destroy your brain even more doing this. I don't even think I finished it in one sitting. I watched part of it, and then I finished it like 2 weeks later because I was like, oh shit, I started this. But
you came back to it and finished it. So we need to figure out what's going on with Nick Kingsley Session 3. So next time we're going to see some wins on some of these projects.
I hope. I mean, I'm not dead yet.
That's real wood. That's real wood.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Fucking need that shit. But
Mr. Kingsley, thanks for coming through.
Always.
Well, another month, another closing. If you like what you heard today or like what you watched today, if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And make sure you go and tell a friend all about it. I want to thank our sponsors, Right Honda and Right Toyota, SparkForge AI from Marcus Foundry, one login, one platform, all under your control, AutoCannon officially licensed Honda and Acura gear. Can't forget Patreon business supporter, Kuya Automotive out of Winter Garden, Florida, Automotive Specialty Tool out of Owings Mills, Maryland, The Lucky Brakes out of Caledonia, Michigan, Beak House Small Home Design out of Ashburn, Virginia and Traverse City, Michigan, and Shaping Success Treasure Valley out of Boise, Idaho. If you're in a position to help the podcast upgrade, you can join the Patreon at patreon.com HardParkingPodcast, or you can become a member on YouTube. There's a buy me a coffee option there. If you want to support the show, if you get value, if this is one of your favorite shows to watch, why not support it? Special thanks to Mark Stoneman, Catherine Cox, Sadie Ramos, Richard Graves, Byron Jones, Bo Jung, Alice Tomina, Drew Bunkley, and Dre Mullins. Questions, comments, and concerns, leave a comment below or email the show info at HardParking. Follow the show on Instagram at HardParkingPod. And make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube. And I will see you guys next week.
Now it's stripping time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Shut up!